down there, look.
It really is. This is mud.
Yeah. That's just like schluppity schlupp.
Capital S. So it's a relatively flat course, and there's not really many hazards, except for the mud. Looks like someone got stuck in there, huh? Looks pretty deep. Wonder who that could be. Oh, it was me. Today is Saturday, the 24th of February, and we went disc golfing. Yeah! Me, Rob, my dad, and my Uncle Jer went to a place called Dry Creek. And funnily enough, it was anything but dry. There was a winding creek that went all throughout the mess being the course that was otherwise extraordinarily muddy, which I'm sure you're already well aware of. I ended up falling into the mud, actually. So the creek, right, this little creek, maybe like 3 feet wide, nothing crazy. I can jump over that, wound through the course, and we would have to cross over it for certain holes, right, for certain disc golf holes. And there was one point where we were looking for, you know, an applicable avenue of cross, and I thought I found one. It looked like there was some rocks, and there were, and I was walking on them, and then it went from rocks to dirt, and I hop off the rock into the dirt, and I sink to my knees. Yeah, it was deep, extraordinarily deep mud. What's worse is the shock from that instance. I spat my tooth out into it. Yeah, can you believe me? I spat my tooth out into the mud. It was bad. Thankfully, I saw it happen, so I was able to grab that handful of mud, and I got my tooth back. I just don't have it in right now because it's bedtime. But yeah, it was an adventure to say the least. Still had fun. I won with 8 over par, so that's neat. I mean, winning is not important. What's important is the company and the exercise and just having a good time, right? But selfishly, it is always a little fun, too, when I can win. Either which way, that's not the last of the disc golf for the weekend. We're supposed to go again tomorrow when Michelle comes back to town. She's been out judging a cheer competition somewhere, I don't know where, but she comes back tomorrow morning, and we're all going to meet at a new course that I've never been to, so that's also exciting because today's course was one I hadn't been to. A lot of the courses we've been going to are ones that I haven't been to, so I'm excited to do that. Additionally, though, disc golf was not the only thing we did today. We ended up going over to Uncle Jerry and Aunt Rachel's house and hung out with them for a little bit. As the weather's getting warmer, it is more, more appealing to hang out outside and barbecue and stuff like that. That was a good time. It's good to hang out with family for pretty much all the day, I suppose, you know, counting disc golf and then the barbecue. I guess there's a little bit of a time in between and not hanging out with the exact same group of people both times, but a lot of crossover, and it's really cool. It's really nice. It's really good for mental health, I think. And I think that's something that I struggled with in Florida that perhaps I wasn't either A, aware of, or B, willing to admit that I was suffering from, you know, enhanced state of anxiety and depression, which I've already, you know, talked about that I do suffer from just on a clinical basis. But I think that it was perhaps a little bit more, we'll say. And I guess that makes sense. When you're not around, like, your support group or your family or whatever, you know, it's going to be a little bit worse. So I think things are good. Really, things are very good. All I need to figure out now is how to be more productive. But hey, that's the theme for the year, productivity, right? So we'll keep pushing forward on that, and everything's working out just fine in that regard. But you know me, I always want more. Call it a character flaw. I don't know. But something I do want more of as well that I can act on right now is more sleep. I'm going to get a nice 8 hours at least, hopefully. It's all into here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and hope that you enjoyed yourself. And with that said, I hope that you get the requisite amount of sleep and the requisite amount of friends and family and whatever else is good for your mental health. And I hope I see you tomorrow.